All right, welcome students again. This is Dr. Joseph Spivey. In this video, we're gonna talk about Moodle a little bit. So I'm gonna share my screen and show you what our Moodle course looks like, just so you feel comfortable navigating it. Let's see. Nope, I want this one. All right, so this is what our Moodle website looks like, and I think that I'm logged in as a student, so it should look, mine should look a lot like what yours looks like. So first of all, you got the stuff over here on the left. You can pick different courses over here. One important thing to note is that your grades are available over here. That's important to note. So if I click on grades, your grade sheet should look something like this. Of course, there are no grades yet. Because I haven't, the course has not begun yet. But the nice thing about Moodle is that it will automatically calculate your grade at all times. I'm trying to think where that is. Yeah, the course total down here. So your course total will appear there. So you should always know how you're doing in the class. I like this for a couple of reasons. The first reason is sometimes I make mistakes and enter grades incorrectly. And this way you can take a look at your grades and see what you've got. And if I make a mistake, you can let me know and we can fix that, right? So I want to be transparent and I want you to be checking over my work and make sure that I've got the correct grade for you. So if ever there's a discrepancy, please talk to me as soon as you can and we can work to resolve that discrepancy, okay? And again, the second thing is you should always know where you stand in the class, right? So I try to be really diligent about making sure that the grade book is up to date. So 3 weeks in, you should know where you are, right? Based on what the grades are, again, based on how Moodle calculates that grade. So I don't want there to ever be a mystery about how you're doing in the class. So anyway, there's the grade book. That's important. Let's see, I'm going to go back to our main Moodle site by clicking on this link. The middle of this sort of is where is the main body of the Moodle site. It's where I post announcements. It's where I post assignments and that sort of thing. I'm going to use this announcements thing here to post, to email the class. So basically when I post something to the announcements, you automatically get an email from Moodle. If you're not getting those emails, please let me know. I use that a lot to communicate with students. You may have to check the settings on your email to make sure it doesn't go to the junk mail. But again, please make sure that you're checking that regularly because again, that's the way that I communicate most often with the class. I take attendance here as well. So you can always check if you click on this attendance, it should show your personal attendance records. So again, if I make a mistake, you can let me know and we can fix it. Right? Like I said, I like that transparency. This is a link to the course syllabus, which we went over in some detail in the last video. This is a folder for lecture notes. So we'll have lots of lecture notes in class, and I'll post those to this folder. Sometimes I get behind on posting just because I forget, but if you need some lecture notes and they're not there, just email me and I'll make sure to put them there, okay? So you should always, if you miss class or you misplace your lecture notes or whatever, the lecture notes should be available there in that folder, okay? This is a link to Wofford's honor code, which is important. So, so there you go. This is a link to WebAssign. Again, WebAssign is this online homework system. If I click on it, it is going to take me to my WebAssign. Whoops, it's going to try to link my account. So if you already have a WebAssign account, you can click the sign in. And if you don't have a WebAssign account yet, you can create an account using that link. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to confuse my computer. But you need to make sure that you got WebAssign set up really quickly because your first WebAssign assignment is due this Thursday. So once you click on that link, it is going to automatically establish a link between your Moodle site and WebAssign. I will also say you should always access WebAssign through this link right here. If you try to access it just by typing in WebAssign to the address bar directly, sort of bad things happen sometimes, so don't do that. You're far better to click on that WebAssign and it will take you there. After you get your link established, after you set up your account and all that sort of thing, it's a single sign-on, meaning you don't have to type in a password or anything the next time that you log on, right? You just click on it and it opens up automatically, okay? So the first week or two is a grace period and WebAssign is completely free. So you can make sure that you're in the right class before you pay for access to that. I would definitely wait until after Drop an Ad is over here at Wofford before I typed in my credit card information to be sure that this is the right class for you. Because once you type it in, it's kind of hard to get a refund, right? After that grace period ends, after again the first week or two after the grace period ends, you will need to pay for it. You can get access cards from the bookstore, or you can type your credit card information directly to WebAssign, right? You can use either option in order to pay for this semester for access to the system this semester. I will also tell you that the digital textbook is available through WebAssign. So if you went to the bookstore and got your digital textbook bundled with WebAssign, that's how you'll be accessing the textbook. Yeah, and using the WebAssign system, it should be pretty obvious where there's a link to class textbook or something like that. So that's typically what I use, frankly, when I am doing my class prep and reading the textbook. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about WebAssign that I would want to say. I don't think so. So, all right. So once we have tests, I'll post the keys to those tests in this folder, right? So check back for that. And this is the Zoom link for class or office hours. Obviously, the first week of class, we're going to have Zoom. And then if you come to office hours, you can use this link right there. All right. Two things to note here. I'm going to lay this, I'm going to organize this by date. So this is our first week of class, January 4th through 8th. There is a section 1.1 homework that's on WebAssign. So I've posted that. There's also a to-do list. So I'll just click on the to-do list to show you what it is. For Thursday's class, you need to have read the syllabus carefully and bring your questions to class on Thursday. And we can, at the beginning of class on Thursday, we'll talk about any questions you have about the syllabus. You need to make sure that you've gotten WebAssign taken care of, your WebAssign account set up so that you can actually do the homework assignment that's due on Thursday. Go and find a calculator now so that you can have it in class. We'll be starting with matrix. We'll be starting learning how to use our calculator on matrix operations pretty quickly. So go ahead and acquire one if you don't already have one. Again, if you can't find one, your friends don't have any, you're having trouble, talk to me and we'll find something. We'll make sure that you can get a calculator. Okay. Also, you need to have read section 1.1 in your textbook by Thursday. Right. So that's sort of your to-do list. And I'm going to go back to the main site. There's two other things that I want to just note about this Moodle site. One is this upcoming events block. Really, really, really important, okay? I put everything in Moodle, and I make sure that the due date is appropriate. Meaning, notice that these two things, it tells you exactly when it's due. I've also already put in test 1, 2, and 3, and a week or so before that test 1, 2, or 3, maybe it's 2 weeks, I don't know what it is, but in advance of those things, that deadline will show up over here in the upcoming events block, okay? So typically, I do not announce due dates in class, right? You are responsible for knowing when things are due. By checking Moodle and checking this upcoming events block. So you need to check every day to make sure that you are aware of what the homework is, what the reading is, all that sort of thing, okay? So again, it's your responsibility to check Moodle. That's how I communicate that with you. So be sure you're doing that on a regular basis. And let's see. I think that might be it. I don't think I have anything else to share about Moodle. I'll probably remember as soon as I sign off. Yeah, so just in summary, this is your portal to the class, and I post everything to the class here. It's the way I communicate with you, deadlines, grades, attendance. It's the way I distribute test keys. It's your portal to WebAssign. This is your one-stop shop for everything associated to this class. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I think I'll wrap up this particular video for the Moodle, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class. All right, thanks very much. It'll take me like 2 seconds to figure out how to stop the thing from recording, so.